Hi, welcome. My name is Kelly. We are going to strengthen your lower body today. So you'll need a tube, which you should check by running your fingers along it like this to see if there's any nicks or wearing. You'll also need a set of medium to heavier dumbbells and some water for hydration. Wear some sturdy shoes, clear away your space. Once you've checked your tube, place it on the floor out of the way, and we'll get started with our warm-up. Bring your feet a little wider than your shoulders. Point your toes straight ahead. Lengthen out through your waistline with soft knees. Bring your hands onto the thighs. Roll your shoulders back. Hinge at the hips. Lift up. Press your hips forward. Lift up and roll the shoulders. Let's repeat that. Hinge. Lift. Press. And roll. 2 more times. Hinge. Lift. Let your gaze follow the line of the body so your neck stays neutral. 1 more time. Hinge. Knees soft. Lift. Brace your core. Your core muscles feel tight. Now squat down and up. Hands are on the thighs still. Keep your chest facing forward. Maybe step your feet a little wider if that feels more natural to you. I like to have my feet quite wide in my squats. I find it a little more comfortable and natural. 4 more. Now squat down, reach across to the left, swivel the foot. Squat and reach to the right. Squat. Release the heel so you can rotate the whole body. Squat and reach across. Now reach side to side, reach. Stretch out. Reach out level with your shoulders, with your thumb straight up. Keep your shoulders down. Rotate the body for 4, 3, 2. Now shift side to side. Just a little shift. One leg is straight, one leg bends. Sit the hips back and point your toes forward, straight ahead. Sitting back. 4, 3, 2. Now add a reach. Hinge at the hips, reach down for the inside of your knees. Maybe a little lower if that feels comfortable and natural for you. 4, 3, 2, hold to the right. Sit back, press your hips forward. Sit back, hips forward. 1 more. Other side, shift. So you stretch the right inner thigh as you shift to the left. 2 more. 1 more. Now turn your heels in and toes out just a little. Squat down, bring your hands onto your thighs and shift a little side to side into a sumo squat. Drop your right shoulder down, turn your head, look up over your left shoulder. Press your right knee back. Go to the other side. Press the left knee back as you look up over your right shoulder. Come back to the center. Press both knees back. Come up. Toes forward. Step in. Circle your hips in one direction. 2 more times. Nice big circles. Other way. Circle back and around. Keep your knees soft. Keep your body upright. Inhale, reach forward. Exhale, pull down. Roll your shoulders back. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale, thumbs up. Pull your shoulder blades together. Hands down. Roll your shoulders. 1 more time. Inhale. Pull down. Stretch back. Roll your shoulders. Okay, we are warmed up and ready to go. Here's the format. We do right side tubing, left side tubing, and then both sides dumbbell for the same exercise. And we'll do 5 different sequences. You'll be moving for about 50 to 60 seconds per side, per exercise. Let's pick up your tubing to get started. Hinge at the hips, pick up your tubing. I have a brand new tube. You know what that means, don't you? It's gonna make me work harder. Place your foot on the tube. Now you have a choice. You can pull up to your hips to make it easier, or if you want to make it more challenging, pull up to your shoulders. Have the tubing right at your shoulders so it's on the insides of your hands. We're starting with a rear lunge. Step the left leg back and come up. Try and keep your shoulders relaxed. Take a big step back onto the ball of your foot. I'll show you side on. Look at the ball of the foot. You're curling your toes back and sinking down. You see I'm getting quite low. Just go in a doable range of motion, as low as you can, whatever that is. We're more than halfway through the set. Bend both knees, but keep your weight on the front leg more than on the back leg. So keep shifting your weight forward rather than back. Two more. One more. Bring your hands down. Take your foot out. Anchor it under the left leg. Let's do the same thing on the left. Pull to the hips or pull to the shoulders. Rear lunge. Down and up. Keep your feet hip distance apart. Hold your weight forward on the front leg so you're not shifting back. Take a big step back, but you shift your weight forward. Little contradiction. Sink down and lift up. This is a challenging class, so especially with a new tube today for me, they get soft after a while. It's always good to check them. Mine was starting to wear. Step back. One more. Back and up. All right, take the tube out from underneath your foot, put it down, pick up your dumbbells. Bend your knees, hinge of the hips. You got your dumbbells by your side. Alternating rear lunge. Here's the challenge. Same exercise with dumbbells. Left leg back. Right leg back. Keep going. Just alternate your legs. Now take a big step back, but keep your weight more on the front leg than on the back leg. Hinge forward just slightly at the hip. Bend your back knee. That allows you to sink down. Keep your chest more or less facing forward. One more. Oh, good. Put your dumbbells down. Pick up your tubing. All right, next series, next exercise, starting with a sumo squat. Now on this one, we start on the right side again. You can pull up to the hips, or if you prefer, you can pull up to the shoulders so that the tubing's on the inside of your arms. Now you step the left leg out, come into a squat, and step in. Let's repeat that. Squat, sitting back. Sitting back. Align your knees with your toes. Keep your front foot straight ahead. Step out. If you were on a clock, your right foot is at 12 o'clock. Your left foot steps back. Let me think. On a clock, left foot steps back to 8 o'clock. One more. Bring your hands down. Ooh. Step out. Other side. Now, your arms have to work quite hard to stabilize the tubing, so there's a little bit of upper body work too in this class. Come up to your shoulders or keep it at the hips. Right leg steps back. Left leg stays at 12 o'clock. Now you're at 4 o'clock with your right leg. Keep your shoulders down, especially if you're holding the tubing up at your shoulders. You don't want to tense up your neck and shoulders. Open the knees, align the knees with the toes, press them back. Stretch down. One more. Bring your hands down. Put the tubing down. Now pick up one dumbbell. Bring it up to your sternum. Hold your feet close together. Alternating side squat. So rather than a sumo, we're going into a parallel squat. Toes point straight ahead. Let's go. Step out right. Squat, step out left, and step in. Sitting back each time. Maintain tension on your core muscles. So you feel your core is part of the picture. It's working on every rep of every exercise. Stabilizing is fine. One more each side. And put your dumbbell down, pick up your tubing. You've probably got time for a quick sip of water if you're thirsty. Go ahead and grab some water if it's handy. Moving into our next move. Again, we'll start right. Anchor. Kickstand your left leg so the heel is lifted. You've got 80% of your weight on the right side. Now pull up in front of your chest. Lift the chest. Hinge and come up. Sit back each time. Now these are strong muscles. I want you to fight for every rep. Keep the back of your neck long, slightly tuck your chin so your neck is in a neutral position. Come up tall each time. Almost there. One more. Bring your hands down. Step off the tube. Whew. Other side. Anchor underneath your left foot. So get it nice and firm around the arch of your foot. Kickstand your right foot. Keep your left knee soft and then pull up to your chest. Sit back and lift up. Move the hips back. Keep 80% of your weight on your left leg, the working leg. Maintain a neutral spine by hinging at the hips rather than bending at the waist. Sit back each time. Lift up tall. Ooh, feeling this. One more. Good. Come down. Take your foot off the tube. Put the tubing down. Pick up both dumbbells. Both legs. Hinge at the hips. Dumbbells by your sides. Palms face inwards. Chest up. Soften your knees. Hinge at the hips. Sit back and come up. Keep the back of your neck long. Now, if you're feeling fatigue in your low back muscles, this isn't unusual for this move because the muscles in your lower back work really hard to stabilize your spine. Sit back and lift up. Good. Move the hips back and come up. Brace your core and lift up tall. Come all the way up. Gaze is down when you're down and gaze is forward when you come up. One more. Oh, dumbbells down. Pick up your tubing. Got 2 more sequences. That's the good news. Anchor the tube underneath your right foot. Pull up to the hips or pull up to your shoulders if you want more challenge. I'm going to go to the shoulders because I am challenging myself today. Cross your left leg back. Cross and come up. Now it's not a dramatic crossover. It's just a little crossover. You hinge slightly forward at the hips. You step back onto the ball of your foot. As you cross over, you keep your left hip forward and aligned to the front with your right hip. Your left knee is behind the right calf. Push your right heel into the floor to come up. One more. Okay, bring the hands down. Anchor underneath the left foot. Other side. So we're well more than halfway through. Hang in there, hands up. If you're bringing the hands up. Here we go. Cross and come up. Remember, it's a narrow crossover, not a big crossover. Keep your right hip forward and aligned with your left hip to the front of the room. So your hips stay square. You're stepping back onto the ball of your foot. Gaze down. See that your calf is behind, your knee is behind your calf. So right knee behind left calf. Cross and come up. Almost there. Cross and come up, hands down. Whew. Pick up your dumbbells. Hinge at the hips, bend at the knees, pick them up. Okay, alternating. Dumbbells by your sides, palms face in, chest up, alternating. Step your left leg back first. Let's begin. Cross and come up. Now if you're working with heavier dumbbells than usual, I know you're feeling this. If your tube is new like mine, I know you're feeling it too. But there's no shortcuts to to get stronger and fitter. There are no shortcuts. If it's not challenging you, it's not changing you. It's not going to make a difference. You've got to create that challenge to see changes in your fitness and strength. Okay, last sequence. Put the dumbbells down, hinge at the hips, pick up your tubing. All right, 3 moves and we're done. This time you're going to anchor underneath your left foot. Pull up to your hips this time. Have your feet together and step a little bit to your left. Side lunge to the right. Chest up, elbows back. Step out to the right with your right foot. Step and push out. Sink down and push off. Keep all 10 toes facing forward. Now the tubing is pulling you inwards. So push down and away and come up to a balanced position. Working a little bit of balance. Step out and push. Sit back, hinge at the hips, chest faces forward as you come up. One more. Bring your hands down, take the tube out. Let's do the other side. Take a little walk to the right side of the room. Anchor the tube underneath your right foot. Okay. Have your feet close together. Pull up to your hips and pull your elbows back. Chest lifted. Stepping out to the left with your left leg. Let's go. Step and push off. Sit back. Sitting back each time. This is a very challenging class. You can give yourself a pat on the back for that. If all the reps are too much for you, you can always take a little break. There is no crime in listening to your body. I want to encourage that. Sit back and push. Push off and find your balance. Take a big step, push. So you push your right foot into the floor to come back. Put the tube down. Pick up your dumbbells for the last time. Bend your knees, hinge at the hips, and come up tall. Stand in the center of your space with your dumbbells by the sides. Chest lifted, shoulders down and back, alternating. Side lunge, push off, other side. Step out and push off. Sitting back each time. Keep all 10 toes facing forward. Come up tall in between. Sit back and hinge forward. You got 20 seconds left. Now, see if you can finish with me. Finish it strong. Step out and push off. And done. Okay, put your dumbbells down. I'm putting mine back in the rack. Shake out your hands and roll your wrists. Stretch your fingers. You've got some workout for your grip. Open and close and play the piano. That's it, shake out the hands. Okay, stand with your feet wider than your shoulders, lift up tall. Rotate the body side to side. Rotate. Just let your arms swing and touch the side of the body. as you slow down the rotation. Easy rotation side to side. 2 more. Okay. Step your feet hip distance and stand your right leg forward and your left leg back slightly. So your right toe is aligning with your left heel. Bring your hands onto the hips or wherever they're comfortable. Bend and straighten the knees. Stretching out the calf and Achilles, the back of your ankle on the left. Keep your heel down. Don't let that heel lift. Hold here. Now flex the right foot. Hinge of the hips. Scoop and pull back. Scoop and pull back. And pull back. Step all the way back with the ball of the foot. Dip down and rotate to the right. Lift your chest and you'll feel a stretch in the front of your left hip. Step in. Now step your right leg back, left leg forward. Feet hip distance apart, all 10 toes face forward. Bend and straighten. Keep your right heel down, just mobilizing the right calf and ankle. Feel that in the Achilles, right down the back of your ankle. Hold here, flex the front foot, hinge at the hip. Scoop and pull back. Scoop and pull back. Stretching the back of your thigh. Hamstring one more time. Scoop and come up. Roll your shoulders back. Hands on your hips. Step. The right leg back. Dip down. I almost forgot it. Let's do that hip stretch. Rotate to the left. Lift your chest. Dip down a little bit more. Rotate a little bit more. Feel that opening in the front of your right hip. And come up. Now let's do some hip circles. Easy hip circles. And circle them the other way. Just loosening up the hip. Keep your body upright and move your hips underneath you. One more. Bring your feet wide. Shift to the right. Now shift to the left. And left. 2 more. Turn your heels in, and so your toes are turned out. Let's come back into that sumo squat. Hands are on the thighs, pressing the knees back. Shift a little bit side to side and find a sumo squat where you feel an easy stretch in your groin muscles. Drop your right shoulder down, look up over your left shoulder. Other side, lift up, drop your right shoulder down, look up over your, drop your left shoulder down, look up over your right shoulder. And come back to the center, press your knees back, and come up. Step your feet in, shoulder distance, hinge and lift, hinge and lift. One more time, hinge and lift. Now, hold here. Let's stretch out our shoulders and neck. We were holding onto the tubing, so you might have created a little tension in your neck and shoulders. So let's stretch that out. Bring your hands by your sides, lift your chest, tilt your right ear over to your right shoulder. Oh, there it is. Now roll your shoulder back. Keep your other shoulder relaxed away from the ears. One more. And lift the other side, tilt the head. Now circle the shoulder. And lift up. That's it. We're done. I want to thank you so much for joining me. That was a challenging class. I know you found it challenging because I sure did.